Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Cal here. And today's discussion is Battlefield. Specifically, a battle royale that's coming to Battlefield. Now, to be honest, I do not play Battlefield with the hopes of playing any other game mode other than Conquest and Rush. Let's be honest. But, honestly, before I even get into that, I will say, not saying battle royales are bad, but I feel like at this point I'm just done with the genre itself. It has been bled dry at this point. That does not mean I'm not going to try the battle royale that's coming with Battlefield. I will give it a try, but this is not going to be the main game mode that I will be focusing on. I am interested in seeing how this battle royale will go up and how it will fare against Warzone, and if it has the potential to take players from Call of Duty who specifically play Warzone and come over to Battlefield. Let's be honest, Battlefield 6 is already taking players from Call of Duty, honestly, because black people are just done with Activision and promises not being kept, and just the lack of attention to the community and just their inability to listen to anybody but themselves and their shareholders. So let's see what this battle royale is going to look like for Battlefield and see if we can recognize anything in here that is different that might make this one stand out from all the others. So first off, we got 100 players, 25 squads of 4. I believe that's similar to Warzone. A new map will be built specifically for Battle Royale. There will be multiple points of interest with unique layouts and themes. There will be different vehicles, common transports, plus unlockable armored vehicles. There will be still full environmental destruction, walls, buildings, pathways, so this will be interesting to see. This will open up new sightlines, will change the way that you play, and also change the way that you come into a situation, because because you're in the building on top of that roof does not mean that you are safe. That roof can come down. So it's going to be really interesting to see how people play in a destructible environment. The ring mechanic, I think this is probably one of the most interesting changes to the outside ring. The devs have said there will be an instant kill on contact, no cover or passing through. The ring has always existed. You will get damaged, obviously, in other battle royales, but some people and some pro players have been using the storm or the ring or whatever you want to call it in order to game the system, in order to stay alive, because sometimes they'll just stack up heals so they can stay in the ring longer, trying to outlast their other opponents. And don't get me wrong, it is a strategy. It is just not a respected strategy, and I am so excited to see that this will no longer exist in a ring that will instantly kill you. I'm excited to see this in play. Let's move on to the class system. So your class will be chosen at the start. You will not be able to change during the match. Players will start with 2 default gadgets. XP plus intel cases will level up classes mid-match. Traits will unlock as the squads progress. I'm really curious about that squad progression. I wonder if the progression of the squad depending on team player, or is it based on, completing missions? We can only see once we get into the game. I'm really interested in seeing how that system works. There will be support revives and mobile redeploy to keep squads in play. This is stuff that we've seen in other battle royales. There's going to be a loot system. We have 5 weapon tiers, plus attachments, gadgets, strike packages, armor, and upgrade kits. The loot sources will consist of crates, class-specific crates, vehicles, missions, and even dead enemies, obviously. There will be certain missions available on the map while you're playing. Optional objectives, obviously, will unlock caches, plant explosives, eliminate targets. The rewards that you will get from this will include, obviously, weapons, vehicle keys for those armored vehicles, I'm guessing, because obviously you don't want people just hopping into tanks just willy-nilly. I feel like that is just going to be so annoying if you could just hop in a tank at any time. People are going to be trying to jump, especially if those vehicles. I doubt that those vehicles will be pinged immediately when you jump, but God forbid players learn where those vehicles most likely will be at, and then there will be just so many people will converge on that one point so many times, it will just become a problem. So I'm glad to see that there will have to be keys that you need to unlock these vehicles in order to use them. I like that. Like I said, rewards, weapons, vehicle keys, mobile redeploy units. Also, rewards will be airdropped, which will obviously create contested zones. We've seen that before in Warzone. Shipments come in. You got to be careful. You don't know if a team is running out to try and get that shipment. Got to be careful. Got to plan your attack strategically, or just don't think at all like most players do when we play these types of games. Obviously, the instant kill ring is controversial. It's a risky design choice because that's extremely punishing. You have an entire collective of people for the past, 6 to 7 years who have experienced a ring that you can play in. And the further the ring closes, the more aggressive it gets. That's the play style that we have gotten used to. I mean, that's across Fortnite, Apex, Warzone. It's going to be a learning curve for people coming into this Battle Royale and then thinking that they can just dip into the ring a little bit. No, you cannot play it's going to be extremely risky to play the ring, because I wonder if it's just you dip out one time and you're done. Because if that's the case, then good God, this is going to be incredibly interesting to watch, especially from pro players. This, like I said, this can also be incredibly frustrating for casual players. But, I mean, you got to learn somewhere. I am all about learning and adjusting to new things. Instead of crying about it, just adapt, honestly. Your classes will be locked in. Warzone, with those shipments, allow you to change up your loadout anytime you want to. This is incredibly restrictive in comparison to Battle Royale, so that might be something that you'll start to see players complain about on Reddit. It's just the way that it is. There could be also possible imbalances between squads that risk missions versus those that don't, but that's obviously going up against that's the risk versus reward thing that constantly happens in Battle Royales. If you're willing to put yourself out there, you're willing to get down and dirty, then you deserve the reward for doing that. I mean, if you want to play it safe, then that's a choice too, but then again, you don't get the rewards from, or the extra, I don't know what kind of guns or attachments. That's your strategy. That's up for the player to decide. Some people have been saying that there's been some auto spotting. I'm not really sure. I haven't even noticed any auto spotting in the game whatsoever. If you guys really want to know what auto spotting looks like, then you should have played 2042 within the first month of that game coming out. I promise you, you don't know what auto spotting is until you see 1,000 motion sensors going up into the sky like arrows. I'm serious. But people have been saying that they've been spotted. I just haven't seen that in my own gameplay. There will be parachute smoke trails possibly through cosmetic, microtransactions. One of my main concerns about this Battle Royale is that if it becomes an incredible success for EA, I am concerned that EA will start to push their devs to focus more on this Battle Royale rather than their core game modes, and then we'll start to see a decrease in quality as the years go by, and all of their focus will continue to be on the Battle Royale side and completely neglect their core community. I'm really concerned about that, considering that's what's happened with Call of Duty. But yeah, hopefully there is a great balance here. Hopefully they include enough guns where it seems there is a good variety of them, but also it does not become a balancing nightmare for the devs like it was on Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is constantly, whatever new one comes out, they're constantly dumping in this new collection of weapons, and then you have to balance these new weapons with the weapons that have already been established, in the current update. I can only imagine the nightmare it is to deal with this constantly. But yeah, I mean, the only thing we can do right now is just wait and see. Like I said, the main things that I am really interested in is this could be one of the deadliest rings that we've ever experienced. Incredible, the amount of tension that can build with that, especially on towards the end of the match when everybody's converging onto one point. I'm incredibly excited. All we can do right now is just wait and see how everything plays out. Not a lot that we can do just by reading dev notes all the time, but yeah. Like I said, I'm still incredibly excited for the game. Had a fantastic time playing Battlefield 6 during the beta. I thought it was, for what it was and what we got, this is leagues better than what 2042 offered during their beta. If they had dropped Battlefield 6, or Shadow dropped it a week after the beta, I would have, or if they had did like early access, they could have easily done that. I wouldn't have complained whatsoever. There was plenty of polish already here that I would have still had a fantastic time with the boys. But let me know what you guys think of these changes. A lot of these are pretty similar to what we already have. Like I said, one of the main changes, it looks like, is going to be the ring. That's probably going to be the biggest thing that people are going to have to adjust to. But everything else seems like what we're used to, other than the destruction. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. Are you excited? What do you think about the ring? Do you think it should be less punishing? Obviously, I disagree with that. I like this. Can't wait to see it in action. Let me know in the comments. And also, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that bell so you never miss an episode, and we will catch you guys next time. Goodbye.